Yeah, they all enter through that gate. So that home for the old people is obviously opened as well.
That's true.
Yeah. So the perimeter wall, this is the now. Yeah. This is one of the first lights that I put up, and it's such a shame that the lights are on even now at night and during the day.
So, madam, down here, you have a small shelf.
Yes. I'm the one who put that light during the adopter light project. Yeah. So I'm aware about it.
Lumumba,
So this is part of the house.
Mama put this light.
So, mom,
I thought not the one before. No, not the one before that house. And so this one will have to go. What is that?
this is an old, I think, remnant.
I didn't recognize you.
I'm sweaterless.
I knew.
Yes.
I knew you would not know him.
All right, so basically we're in Huruma.
These are the guys
We're
who
in
are here.
but it's not Huruma, it's Njiwa Huruma, and it's in Runda, and the county government, Nairobi County government, who we're partnering with to put a safe house, that's GAF and Nairobi County government and NMS to put a safe house, are taking us to a tour to look at the land that they have available. Yeah, so basically we hope that within less than a year we should be able to commission a safe house for Nairobi County, the first one that's done by government funding and with various stakeholders and partners. So we had an initial meeting where the GAF team got to meet with NMS and the Nairobi County government, and we have our architect given to us by the Nairobi County and an entire team, and the whole idea is how we can bring a multi-sectorial approach, which will also include touring an existing safe house in Makueni, so that by the time we actually come up with commission this safe house, we've looked at all areas and everything that's necessary to be done. So our initial drawing showed it had limitations. For instance, it hadn't catered for PWDs. It only catered for 20 people. It worked with a budget of 18 million, but we have a budget of 50 million, and we also want to cater for a lot more, and we want to ensure that we also cater for PWDs, and we make separation from women, children, the old, and men as well. So architect, mimi nimemaliza, sasa wewe utueleze. So the perimeter wall is from that corner, I'm assuming. What about those are part of the slum? No. What is that? So
It's a school,
that's a school.
and it's a private school within the land of this institution. And we are told these are the people who are here that they are supposed to be living.
It's a private school.
It's a private school.
Okay.
But the end of the wall is up there.
So these are boundaries down this side.
Yes.
These are rumors like.
Yes. I think I feel, engineer, if there is a way, and I know we have a problem with windows,
Yeah.
we need windows,
Yeah.
but if the perimeter wall is included there,
Yes.
right, then it separates the slum from the safe house, and then we wanted them to have a bit of a garden as well,
Yes.
where they can go outdoor to sit, isn't it?
Yes.
And outdoor is always therapeutic, so we could also start by just planting trees that will grow up, right, but at least secure the perimeter wall from that end. And then I'm looking at the way you drive down, right, and the ending is there. So what is there? What is next door? Because one of the things about that's Runda Estate,
That's good estate.
Yeah.
You can see various walls.
yeah. So you see, we already have a semi-wall on that side.
Yeah.
And the beauty is when you have a safe house, you need to know that there will be nobody accessing. So the only place we have an access now is the slum, where if we have a good perimeter wall with razor wire on the top, so you have to provide for razor wire or electric fence. So if you have that there, what will guide our ending would be this wall here for the
The wall to the
dispensary.
dispensary.
Yeah, but then the thing is, it depends on where you're going to have people parking, because don't forget, we might be bringing people with ambulance, we might be bringing people with community vehicles. So obviously there'll be a situation where you have parking, and I don't want us to lose trees. If we can avoid losing trees, like I can see we've got some mango trees here, right? We've got some good mango trees. So how will we work it so that we don't lose the trees? The bananas can be transplanted.
Yeah.
The bananas can be transplanted. They can be taken off and planted there in the front, or even planted in the place that we know we're not going to have the structure.
in between.
Yeah, because even these bananas would be fantastic to have, and I don't believe we should do away with them. They should be harvested and then transplanted, because it would be lovely to have a kitchen garden for the safe house, you know. So what is your feeling? I mean, I think if this is it, right? I don't know about my team, Chairman. I love it.
It can't be a better site.
Huh?
It cannot be a better
It's
site.
very fertile.
Because if I was to take, even if I don't disturb anything,
Anything.
you see the greenhouse there?
Yeah.
You see the green mabati there?
Yes. Yes.
That is
That is where the cows are. Yeah.
yes. So
But
even
there's
if
a
I was to
structure
award
there.
myself,
There's a structure there
this one we can.
as part of the safe house.
Yes.
What are you using that structure for? Because that could be a counseling room. It's a staff house, but is it occupied right now with staff?
Yeah.
But it requires some renovations.
But which staff are in there? Staff for which institution?
Those who are working.
Yeah, so you see, we don't want to take their buildings. So I want us to work ahead of it. I want us to work in front of it. And if we're going to have our parking will be between that staff house and the car shed.
Yeah, that's correct. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter whether we include it inside, for as long as it maintains its role, because someday it will be absorbed into the main project. I want to view this project as something growing. Today we have 100. Next year we have 200. etc. etc. So what we need to do is to do a master plan, in my opinion, from the cowshed all the way here. Now it is up to us now to identify what we execute today and what we execute tomorrow.
Tell me, since we're going up,
Yes.
in terms of, you say our perimeter wall is against this fence,
That's correct.
right?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want, if you're thinking of us going long term in the future, let's say we're creating a structure that is going to house 50 rooms.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
And we go with that structure from that tree to this tree.
Yes.
All right? And the garden, because you see, people who've been abused don't want to be visible to the public. That's why I'm saying the garden will be on the front side, on the back side of the building. The back side of the building. So this is the back side of the building. The front side is here in front.
That's right.
Okay, so I wouldn't want, and then you could have parking somewhere there, right? But I'm looking at the main structure being here, so that in future, if there is a need to make another structure, you work in that way, that there could be two structures facing each other, okay, in the future.
Yeah.
Are you with me? So the one structure comes here and very close. You don't need such a big garden in front. Enough to have garden umbrellas and a place to sit with nice grass, right? So you enter the garden from the back of the,
From the back of the building.
or you walk from the front, so that you see, for extra security, because you have a slum here, right? Besides the wall, the back is just windows, nicely grilled windows. But then also,
There's also the issue of they can actually set up the whole shelter here, and then, as you're saying, have another structure there where we'll accommodate the training facilities, the demonstration, so that you separate the
training
two.
of what?
Training, the livelihood skills the survivors are going to get.
No, we agreed that we would look at partnering with TVET for the skills. All right.
Yeah.
So that there can be the one thing that we need to have one day, and we hope to ask our donors for that, is a bus. So that if they are going to go for training, they can be taken here very safely to the bus, and they go for training if they're still staying here. All right. But if you're looking for a livelihood, then the only way we can do it is either making uniforms or making sanitary towels. You know, you understand? So you have a tailoring, whatever, but they'll still need to learn the skills. You can learn the skills, I guess, here as well. But we don't want to have two structures. We don't have money for two structures. But we can design it in such a way that you have the main safe house, right? Where it's just for eating, sleeping, and counseling, right? And then you have an L shape coming out of the structure, which is now the administration block, where you have the training and the economic income earning activity. You talk about an income earning activity. So the income earning activity will be there, right? Where they can do tailoring of sanitary towels or school uniforms, which they can be selling to institutions. So then we're looking at an L, which incorporates the technical the income earning facility, where you have some, so we can ask our donors for sewing machine and set up a sewing environment.
Also factoring in, some of them will be short term, others will be long term. So the ones who are here short term, 2 weeks training on something like tailoring and soap making or something, and then integrate back into the community, makes it easier. But the ones who are here 6 months to a year, now they're the ones who can go to other institutions for long term training.
And anyway, it's known that if you give them activities to do, it makes them also be able to heal faster.
Yeah.
Right? So
I was thinking Owero.
mpaka mwisho.
Yes.
Kwa sababu kama unanipatia garden iwe mbele ya nyumba.
So you see, now if we were to take that shed as our outer limit or our nearest limit,
That's parking now.
now you see whatever land
Let's
we have
walk
there,
there.
whatever land we have here is about 2 acres. Yeah. Now 2 acres is so much we cannot build on 2 acres.
No, we
So it
cannot.
will have a lot of water.
Yes.
Now the issue that arises here is whether we are going to push our building
To the end.
to this
I
extreme,
want the building to the extreme.
to this extreme,
Yes.
and then
And then the garden
rest,
will be where?
The rest will be the garden and camp.
Sasa tuko na bwana engineer. What you are saying, engineer? Unaona hapa uliona.
Yeah.
We want the building here.
Okay, fine, no problem.
Alafu tukishapata building here, kwenye unaona hili miti. Kwa nyumba namna hiyo, unajua mashine kuenda na hiyo ukuta.
Correct. Sababu hata hii ita grow.
Yes, tutafanya hiyo ukuta hapa, ikienda hivyo, inashikana na ile ukuta. So anything happening inside here is only for safe. Now you look for a place.
You know, because of the slum next to it, for security purposes, right? Because you can see now that building is so much higher than our perimeter wall will even be.
Yeah.
So
But we can't even get to the to the lower, to the lowest point of the.
No, the perimeter wall. But the building, you see, if you're going to have a building, you cannot have a building that will reach the end of that wall, because you have to have 6 meters,
Yes.
right, from
Minimum.
the end of the fence, minimum.
Yeah.
So if you have that 6 meters, that front part, right, can be our kitchen garden where all our bananas move. It can be the kitchen garden there,
Yes.
and then the front garden for relaxation can be, it can be on the sides. Because I know that even the garden that we're going to give them to relax, I mean they don't want to be where there's so much activity, like the cars coming in, cars coming out. So again, you have to remember that you can have your kitchen there, your kitchen garden there, with all your vegetation for feeding them, right? Maybe 2, whatever. Then the building, I'm looking at it here, it will absorb that building, right? And then in the garden now, again, where the thing is, there are different sectors. There's the children, there's the adolescents, there's the old. So the garden should be such that different people can go in different places, and you should include that in gazebos, kind of. So you have a place there to sit, like the one I've seen right here at the old people's home. They have a place where you can sit, where they go and commune and talk, and even have sessions.
You see, thing is, the land we have, we are actually spoiled for land. So we can afford to have it. There is what I will call a shamba. That's for the land. And there is what I will call the shamba. That is for production. like this yams, whatever they wish to call it. Yeah. So even if I was to put this building to this extreme end, maybe it will be difficult for me to be persuaded to go beyond these three.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I hear you.
To go
Yeah.
beyond these three.
Yeah.
Such that I create a good buffer between myself and the slum.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this one is for that person who does not want to be seen in public. They can come and have their mabulis there. When it comes to the kitchen gardens, yeah, then I'll decide now.
Along the walls.
Along the walls. That's why I have the kitchen gardens. And then I'll have a service road. After the parking there, I'll have a service road which serves the kitchen and water. Now I don't know.
No, it serves the kitchen garden.
No, kitchen itself requires some service.
Yeah, but the kitchen is in the main building.
Correct.
The kitchen is in the main building.
Yes,
It's not. It's not.
Not
outside.
that institutional kitchen.
No.
Okay, fine.
It's in the main building.
Now, Madam Disho, are we on Siwa?